And that was when Ronald, showed up, in that era. He would come watch you guys.
When Mooneyham was practicing with us, he would come by every day and watch us rehearse.
I asked him to do that.
Right,
I asked him to go check it out.
We run the connection back to Ronald and Rainbow Records.
He shopped at Rainbow.
And after we moved out of the duplex, Ted Drake, a good friend of ours that we knew since the late 70s, I swear to God.
Eyeball.
Yeah, I mean, I've known him since 78, I think. He's a guy... he was riding his bicycle down the wrong side of the highway. A woman was passing on the shoulder, didn't see him riding his bike, slammed into him. He went through the windshield. They thought he was going to die. He woke up in the hospital. One of his legs, one of his arms was almost severed, and so he manages to be a sort of an early adult with he's kind of crippled. But he doesn't care. He still wants to, he wants to be in a band. He wants to play guitar, and he has this arm that's virtually dead. I mean, I tell the story because it's amazing. But he puts this dead arm, clamps it on the end of the guitar, and runs his guitar through like 20 different effects pedals and jams on them just to make different sounds, and just beats the shit out of this guitar. And
you guys, the Lips would play with Captain Eyeball quite a bit.
We would. They opened quite a few times. I think Michael's first bass went to the bass player in Captain Eyeball to help him out.
And this is, this is how regarded Ted Drake was as an innovator of some kind, because Ronald Jones liked him and hung out with him, and
Ronald Jones would. I remember one time you came over to visit me at the duplex, and we were talking about stuff, and it was hot. We were sitting outside, and Ronald came over. He had this cheap acoustic guitar with the nylon strings,
right? Yeah.
And he was playing the song "There You Are," from In a Priest, and he came up to you and he's like, "Am I playing this right?" And you were like, "Yeah, except you're playing all the parts at once."
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's when it kind of, in my head, I thought, well, if John doesn't work out, maybe this guy wouldn't be bad. You know?
Right.
And I'd send him up there. He wanted to watch you guys practice and stuff, and he would come back to the record store because even though I was managing you, let it be known I still worked at the record store for a long time.
Yeah.
And he would come back and tell me, and I'd be like, "Well, how was it today?" And he'd kind of shake his head like,
Well, he would not want to say anything bad about John Mooney.
Exactly.
And we have to remark about he truly did have an air of some sort of kindness came first to him, in a sense.
Totally.
He had another side of him that was very strange and no one could predict, but he did stand in his own view. He did seem to have too much kindness for his own good, which eventually wouldn't shine on us after a while. But when we first met him, he was a unique, innocent, strange child man, not unlike
man-child. I have to say here, Wayne, before the Clouds ends, and it just did. But that record, for me, is probably my favorite Lips record, because I remember you guys did When You Smile first.
Yeah.
It was the first.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I have fun memories.
Yeah. Oh no, it was great. But I think but we also started to see the other side of Ronald Jones, and this is around the area where we were going to mention what we think. Why did Ronald leave? And what do you think it is, Steve?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
I thought we were going to talk about. I have it written down right here. Yeah, Ronald quit the band. Ronald quit the band. Why?
Well, my new theory is that it could have been anyone, and at some point he would have walked away. It could have been three.
Right. I don't mean
totally
specifically
different
you. I just think in the mindset of what it is that we think is. I mean, I personally think that Ronald Jones has an occasional bout with a. Hold on, that's Michelle calling. Hold on, you take it. You take it from there. Hey, you.
As Wayne is on the phone now.
Well,
talking.
I'd heard a couple of different things.
Yeah.
The main thing was that because I was doing drugs, which
Okay,
would be
let's
a valid reason to leave.
We're just in the middle of doing this voiceover for the
talking into the
dog.
microphone.
That's good.
You don't.
Okay, all right.
Hey, pick up bread. Oh.
Some milk.
She said Jen's going to pick us up in her van in the morning. No, but I think, like
We're
I
going
said,
to New York to play with Wilco soon.
At Madison Square Garden,
right?
But I think he has this
December
this
28th,
occasional bout with
29th.
something that would be a mild schizophrenia, and I think it comes often enough that it sort of just derails whatever has been going on in his life.
We don't really know that.
We don't know that, but that's my hint, because there seems to be everybody who's ever run into him has some incident where they were friends, there was trust, it was a normal thing, and then one day this person seems to be suddenly on the
Jesus,
outside.
what's coming out of your hands,
the
Steve?
outside of Ronald's
really high.
People seem to be on the outside circle of Ronald's trust anymore, and that little by little happened to everybody in the Flaming Lips.
And everyone we know at this point.
Everybody,
basically.
yeah.